How do I even properly do an introduction to this video when I have not shown face on this channel in almost a year? Hi girls, gays and days, it's Twink and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a celebratory day. We're literally popping a bottle of La Marca. Okay, but actually this might have to be popped off camera because I cannot risk this getting all over my floor. I'm not doing that today. Bro!
I kid you not, look, bottle cap's over here. This shit is all over my floor right now. I was walking to the trash can and that shit just poofed. Nah, because like I tried to film one YouTube video this year.
We're here to talk about the 2024 lore, where the fuck LB Twink has been. What I did is I spent a whole afternoon one day sitting in a coffee shop typing up. I literally made a 9-page outline for this video of everything that has gone on in my life this year. We are literally going to start from January because the last time I talked to you guys was in December. And I'm gonna give you guys the life update and it's gonna end in very good news. Now, before I really hop into this YouTube video, I kind of want to talk about like why I don't really upload that much on YouTube anymore. Like, I just lived my life online for so long that like after I broke my leg, like everything in my life fell apart. And even a little bit before that, like I had just this really traumatizing experience with another influencer. And it kind of really just shaped my perception on like what I wanted and what I was getting from social media. And I felt like almost in a way I saw a bit of this life that like I felt like was very dark. I need to take a step back and just live my life and build a stable foundation for myself. I turned 25 recently and I kind of had this mindset shift of what I kind of want in life, and I think what I want in life is more. Started creating on YouTube for a reason, like years and years ago, and I have very much so stopped creating for the sole fact of like that I wanted to create, and I was genuinely like creating for other people. One of my goals turning 25 is to honestly just create more for myself. Fuck a schedule. I'm sorry, but I cannot commit to consistent uploads. I'm gonna make the videos that I want to make and I'm gonna share them on whatever time I want to share them on. I'm only gonna come back if I see a lot of thumbs up on this video, or else I'll ghost y'all again. Enough of my blabbering ass. Let's go ahead and hop into the 2024 lore. I'm just gonna mention throughout this video just like every single thing that's gone on this year in chronological order that I have found significance in and that has brought me to where I am today. So where that starts is New Year's Eve, and one of my best friends, Haley, she threw a party, and you know what? I looked bomb as fuck at that party. Yeah, we had this little get together with all the besties. This was post Christmas break. That last video you guys saw from me, I went to the mountains. I met what I thought was gonna be the love of my life, and I came back home and I was feeling like the baddest bitch and I was partying with my friends. Another thing that came with the new year that I felt significance for and that you guys could probably see across my chest right now, not that this was necessarily what happened in January, but I decided that this is the year of getting tatted again. 20 to 24. I literally was radio silent, not really getting that many tattoos. My friend, Mish Inc., blasted my leg. My leg is quite literally blasted. I got these big old flowers done. This was like mid-January I got this done. I feel like that's significant because tattoos are just significant, period. One thing that happened at the beginning of 2023, let's go back there, was one of those bitches New Year's resolution. I'm gonna start working out. The entire year I was actively in the gym at least like 3 to 5 times a week, and it really wasn't until December when I did a before and after on Instagram, and I saw those photos side by side that I really realized, damn, I low-key like actually toned the fuck up and like lost a lot of weight. So I decided that this year was also gonna be the year of fitness, and I committed to going to the gym like 5 times a week the entire year, and let me tell you, that has been going strong. 2024, this is gonna be the year that, like, you know, I spent last year toning up. This year I'm gonna spend it building some muscle. I've always gone to the gym for like mental reasons, because if I don't go, I will literally have mentee B's. But then like the body started becoming T. At the beginning of this year, I had this little situationship, this man I met in the mountains. He just like very much so was like checked out of it. Granted, like he barely fucking knew me. In that moment, I was quite literally heartbroken. Francis and I actually went on a trip to Palm Springs because I was fucking emo. Yeah, when we were in Palm Springs, we also went and got matching tattoos, and her and I got these star tattoos because we're both fucking stars. Mind you, like, if you want to know what happened in Palm Springs, there's a whole vlog on Francis's channel. We stayed in Margaritaville and we ate the fuck up in Margaritaville. But now we get to hop into February. I titled this month Growing Into Work and the start of another situationship. We started out February with my best friend Bella's birthday. I just had to throw her birthday in because shout out Bella, I literally love you. It was around Valentine's Day that I actually started bonding with a couple new friends, and I like to call them my gays, Adam and Alejandro. One night, like randomly, actually it ended up being Valentine's Day. We all just went out to West Hollywood together. We'd be on the worst behavior. Now I felt like this is another honorable mention for February, but there was a time that Francis and I tried to go to Six Flags. We were going because we were gonna film a YouTube video and we took edibles, but the thing about me, I literally cannot hang when I take edibles. You know, I was like skating by that day. Six Flags was giving me an ick, and I kind of stand by that. I don't like Six Flags. To be honest, guys, I like don't even smoke weed that much anymore. And that's also another hard thing I've kind of found coming onto this channel is like, I feel like a lot of you guys are here for weed, and if I don't smoke weed, some of y'all might check out. Also around February that I had the first date with my future boyfriend. He picked me up and we just went and like had a drink at this like local gay bar. And it was vibes. That is a part of the story. Now, January and February were months spent lollygagging, months that were for funsies. I felt like March is when things really kind of started to uptick kind of in my life. I've worked in dispensary now at the time of filming this for 3 years, and I am a shift lead at my dispensary, so I open and close the store. I deal with the bad customers, manage the team. The company that I work for, we're growing and opening new stores, but they were looking for people to actually go up to Central California, specifically to Fresno, and I actually got chosen to go up there and train for a month. That might not sound like something major to a lot of people, especially if you're someone who travels for work, but like honestly, that is not an opportunity like I've had, and so getting chosen for this trip was like a lot for me, and especially leaving for a month, like 4 full weeks. At the beginning of that month, I was informed that I was going to go spend a month in Fresno working. I packed up my life and I did exactly that. I took this trip going to Fresno to go open very seriously. I knew that this was going to be a good opportunity for me to kind of just show up, show face, show what I'm capable of in a work environment. What we went out there to do was train an entirely brand new team of people from scratch to work for the company that I work for. How we run things, at least for a dispensary, is we definitely convey a vibe. The stores have personality. When you come in, you know, you're in a welcomed environment where you can ask questions. Like, you aren't going to be judged for what you're getting. So I went out there and I was one of the trainers. It was myself and 4 other girls. I was in charge of training the admin department. We had a couple girls training the inventory department, and then a couple of girlies training the bud tenders, working Monday through Friday 9 to 5. And then outside of that, I had free time to kind of just explore this new city. So I feel like I just took that opportunity to kind of focus on my fitness, focus on building healthy habits and getting myself in a routine and temporarily planting new roots. It was a really cool experience. I actually, you know, Fresno, California, if you know anything about this place, I did it. And whenever I would tell people like, oh, I'm going out to Fresno to work for a month, everyone would be like, are you sure you want to do that? Surprisingly, when I got there, Fresno was actually a really, really cool place to be. And if anyone here watching me is from Fresno and they're hearing me say this, it's probably like, duh bitch, but like, let me tell you, from an outside perspective, looking in, you think Fresno is all farmland, but I can tell you guys, they have nightlife, they have clubs, they have a downtown, they have cute shops, there's just cute ass stuff to do. And don't even get me started, the clouds, I can't even explain to you guys how gorgeous the clouds were. I almost feel stupid saying this every time, but I have so many photos of the clouds there because I just felt like they hit different. When I'm telling you guys I upkept a healthy lifestyle there, I was literally waking up at like 4:30 in the morning every day, going to the gym Monday through Friday. Since I was in the middle of California, I was even like going out and traveling, so I actually got the opportunity to go stay with my friend Devin in San Jose, and then from San Jose we went to Santa Cruz. After I like went on that little trip and I came back to Fresno, I was feeling pretty homesick. And remember how I told you guys that I had gone on like my first date with this guy? We had been talking the entire time, so you know what my ass did? My ass drove from Fresno all the way back home to LA the weekend before I was even gonna come home, and I came back and visited him and stayed with him for the weekend. Yeah, I did that. The very last week in Fresno, it was really spent spent just like finalizing like anything going on in the store, and then it was lots of team bonding too. When we were going to leave Fresno, the team actually put together a surprise potluck for all the trainers, because you know, I mean, we're spending like a whole month with a group of strangers. It's kind of crazy because I really liked Fresno, and I specifically remember when I was leaving Fresno to come back to Long Beach after spending a month there, I was crying because I felt like I had built like this whole life for myself out there. Now comes the time of April when I came home, and this time the situationship was very much so developing. 420 happened, and I just gotta throw 420 in there because as someone who works in dispensary, this is always such a fun time. The rest of April, because I had been gone to Fresno and then came back home, and then it was like immediately 420, I was like down to just chill for the rest of it. So like honestly, April, cutting it short, really nothing too significant going on during those months. But then we get to May. I'm gonna title it Everywhere All at Once because I quite literally was. We started May with a trip to Las Vegas with my situationship. Him and I were still not together, but we went to Vegas. We had our fun. I felt like after I had traveled a month for work, I just wanted to travel again, but on my own accord. Vegas was spent shopping, oh, too much shopping, sitting poolside, drinking little drinky drinks, gambling $100, but then I lose it immediately, looking hot. The last day I was actually in Vegas, we had already checked out of our hotel and we were leaving to come back to Long Beach. I get a text from my manager. I was home for, I kid you not, 3 weeks, guys, and then I got called out to go and train at another location back in the Central Valley, about 45 minutes away from Fresno. And I actually got to like go out there and work in the store for like another 3 weeks. This time I was actually in Farmville. Getting pulled back out to Porterville was something very exciting for me personally because I felt that I really tried to work hard and do my best work while I was out in Fresno, and I think that honestly paid off. Hard work does not go unnoticed, and I cannot express that enough. That's just gonna lead to where this video ends. While I was out in Porterville, we were super close to Sequoia National Park, so we actually ended up going out there and I got to see General Sherman, which is, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, the world's biggest tree by volume. Here's a photo of General Sherman. He was a gigantic ass tree, and honestly he's lived in my head rent-free ever since I saw him. During this time, it just so happened to be Fresno's Pride, and it just so happened that the company I work for got to be one of the sponsors in Fresno Pride, and it just so happened that while I was there, I got to be on a float in a pride parade with my company in Fresno's Pride. I feel like that's very much so a bucket list item. Like, I mean, I feel like if you really want to be in a pride parade, you can, but like, I kid you not, I was on a float. But the fact that I got to be on a pride float this year, that was something that I didn't even imagine that I wanted to do this year. Now, I finished out my time working in Porterville, and by this time we come to June. June. What a month fucking June was. One of my more rocky months, I must say. And instantly this situationship became a relationship. I kid you not, my first interaction coming back home and seeing this man was him asking me if I wanted to be his boyfriend. And I said yes. And like, granted, like, you know, I can look back on this situation. I did really like this guy, and I'm not trying to say like it was a stupid decision. I really did like this guy. This was like honestly one of the shortest actual relationships I've ever had. And like, honestly, I feel like it reality checked me a bit. This relationship lasted about 2 full weeks. Honestly, I could get down to the nitty gritty and like tell you like my side of the story, but I just honestly don't feel like it's relevant. After that whole situationship, like I felt like emotionally, like I was so hurt. So I decided to kind of enter into like this new era, rediscovering myself. Yeah, I tried to start focusing on myself, and I say try because like we're about to get into that portion too. Now we come to July. We're getting close to where we are now. I titled this month Let the Cycle Repeat. This is gonna be a bit of a self-reflection. I have this thing, and I feel like I can kind of admit this on camera because like, let me be honest with myself. Ever since I've been 18, and I feel like a lot of this has had to do with the fact that like my status, feeling like I'm never gonna find someone, which clearly that's not the case. I did this thing where I like serially do like long-term things with guys. After the last relationship, the breakup after 2 weeks, I felt like I was almost in a vulnerable place case of just being like so hurt that like I was very much so had the mindset like if you want to get over someone, get under someone else, which is like not the healthiest mindset, like let's be honest. That's why I call July letting the cycle repeat, because I actually reconnected with this guy who I went to high school with. First week he gets me flowers, like everything is all fine and dandy, we're spending so much time together. At this point I'm like, I don't know, I'm just trying to have fun, and I think ultimately at like July was just spent having fun, and I was trying to develop something with someone, but long story short, like that had to stop developing. You know what, let's end the cycle here, and I think that's where I'm also kind of at now. Relationship wise, I obviously have some healing within myself that I need to do. I'm gonna leave it at that. Through my work, I am one of their ambassadors who gets to help coordinate events. One of the more cool events that we did was I actually got to work a festival this year in Long Beach. We have this festival called Love Long Beach, and I actually got to go there in my custom fits designed by me, because yes, I still design stuff. So we kind of just set up a booth and we're just like promoting ourselves there and got to enjoy a festival. Love Long Beach is very hippie meets EDM. It was a jolly old time, and it was significant and one of the highlights of my July, I would say. That brings us to August, and that is where we are at now. Here is to 25. Beginning of August, my birthday is August 4th. I turned 25. How did I spend my birthday? I was more chill. Spent my birthday around people that I love, and I actually went and got to go skate in the skate park up in Goleta, California, which was a drive that I had to do hungover as shit. And my friends and I, we just went to dinner, we went out, had a grand old jolly time. It's always a fun time when I could get all my friends to the gay bars, because I feel like my friends, one, they don't be going out to bars as much. When I could get them in the gay bars specifically, ooh, it's so much fun. On bad behavior, besties. That is originally where I was going to end off the 2024 lore. That leads us to kind of what the rest of this month I've been doing. This is huge fucking news for me. Earlier this week, I interviewed for an assistant manager position at my job. Mind you, I just hit my 3-year anniversary there, and today I actually found out that I got the position. I cannot tell you guys how proud I am. Throughout all the ups and downs this year has been a really good year for me, and a lot of growth in my career, mostly outside of like the internet. I was doing this for about 3 years, and then I decided, you know, I need to take a more stable path in life. Not that I don't ever think this could be a future for me, for my own personal mental health. You know, I just started to work there with full thinking that like I'm still gonna do this, and this is like my main focus in life. I feel like today was really the day that I got to see all my hard work pay off, and this isn't even the end of growth within this company. Did we ever think of a life path better fit for me than that? Because honestly, this is what high school me wanted to do, but just be working with cannabis. Although I had mentioned I don't smoke that much, and I might quit, it's still something I love and something I'm so passionate about. But just know I'm growing this year, doing the best that I can fucking do, and I'm here to tell you that like you can do that too. You can literally do whatever the fuck you want. And so I'm gonna just give myself a pat on the back here, give myself a cheers. Basically, to give you guys a synopsis of like what my 2024 has been, it has literally been that. I want to make the comeback to YouTube, and I want to post more. So you know what, it might not be consistent, it might not be every single week you're seeing a video, but just know I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna be creating. I'm just gonna put out content that I love. I started YouTube making videos that I wanted to make, and I just feel like I kind of lost that over the years. I have this whole new perspective and outlook on what I kind of want for myself and what I want to do, and as I mentioned, I want more. And I think what I want is to just do whatever the fuck I want. So with that being said, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you guys for sticking around. If you're still a subscriber to my channel and you've been seeing the change over the years, I'm gonna have something cooking up here real soon. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video and updating my 2024 lore. It's just very nice to see you guys. Love you guys so much. You guys have made me who I am today. XOXO, LB Twink.
Okay, here we go.